Hold on. And
I had Bobcat Goldthwait in here a couple weeks ago arguing that Bigfoot footage was real.
no, you didn't.
Bobcat is a Bigfoot believer. First of all, he's gonna.
No, he's not. I
Yes,
don't
he
believe
is.
you.
No, I'm
I think you're
100%
coaxing
serious.
me.
No, for real. He's got a movie. He's got this movie called Willow Creek. It's really good. It's not a comedy. It's a horror movie about Bigfoot. It's like Blair Witch style.
But he doesn't believe it's real.
He really believes it's real.
No,
he went to the
doesn't.
Bigfoot conference
He
recently.
has to sell that.
Nope. No, I know Bobcat. He really believes it's real. He not only does he believes that video, that Patterson footage of the fucking dude in the
old
monkey
one?
suit. Yep, that one. Yep.
He thinks that's the real.
100%.
No,
he
he
thinks
doesn't.
yes,
I
he
don't-
does.
I don't believe
Yes, he does. I know. It seems
I'm not
crazy,
gonna believe
right?
you. I thought he was playing you.
No, a lot of people do. Every time we talk about this, I get fucking hate tweets from Bigfoot lovers.
Does Bigfoot lovers?
Oh, Bigfoot
I
lovers.
love Bigfoot.
They love it.
If he was
There's fans.
on TV.
There's
I love
fans.
Bigfoot and I love the ghost that
They're
they
all-
always find.
They're all Trump supporters. It's weird.
Right.
But no, for real, Bobcat really is a Bigfoot believer.
Wow, that's odd to me. I don't see him as really thinking that way.
Well, I don't know what it is. He
My
clings
mom,
to it.
my mom. That's when I realized my mom was a little dopey because as a kid, no, I'm being serious. They'd watch the Bigfoot show, and I'm thinking as a little kid, I believed it. They would interview literally people on a rock, going like a hippie, and it's like, yeah, he was just hanging out. He was kind of moving his head, and my mom go, I believe it. My father's going, Jesus Christ.
There probably was something at one point in time.
No, there wasn't.
Well, there was definitely an animal called Gigantopithecus. You know about that?
No. What is it?
Oh, Jim Brewer.
What is
Pull
it?
up the photo of Gigantopithecus next to a human being. It was a huge bipedal hominid that they found bones of in Asia in the 1920s. There was an apothecary shop in China, and an anthropologist was in there, and he was studying some of the teeth they had, and he recognized this enormous tooth to be a primate tooth of unknown origin. He's like, this is way too large to be a gorilla. Like, what is this, and where'd you get it? So the people brought him to this apothecary shop. There's a photo of a recreation of a Gigantopithecus next to a guy.
The orangutan?
No. No, there's a. Just go back to the images, please. Go back to images. Scroll down. You'll definitely find it. It's Gigantopithecus next to a person.
Can
it
I
just
just
shows you in scale? But it was so they found bones.
Okay.
And they found lower jaw bones that would indicate it was a bipedal ape.
Okay.
So I guess it's the position of the jaw is different if you're on all fours than if you stand up. So that's it right there.
All right.
So this thing lived as recently as 100,000 years ago, and maybe more soon. But this is like they didn't even know about it until 1920 when they got these bones. So in 1920 they had those bones. And they had them once carbon dating was invented. They dated those bones to 100,000 years ago. So that was a real animal.
Can I just tell you, if you need to change the whole edge. I would go to school every day if this was school. Now, as a kid,
You would learn about Bigfoot and weed.
No, we went
and,
all over the
jiu-jitsu.
place. No, everywhere we went today, we just sat there like, yeah, dude, fucking, no, I'm not coming. I'm going back to school tomorrow.
Well, there's cool shit to learn, man. This is cool shit. Like, this is cool anthropology.
I'm not
It's
sure if I buy
fascinating.
it though because
Oh, you have to.
yeah, but dude, listen,
That's
I
a
don't
real
have
animal.
to.
Well, that's a 100% confirmed animal.
But how's it confirmed? They just found it. Who found it?
Archaeologists. They dug up, and anthropologists. They studied these bones.
Listen, we're getting $400,000 this year in funds. If we don't find a goddamn tooth or something, we gotta find. Well, I dug every fucking place we can, Charlie. There's a place I
conspiracy.
know. It's not a
Interesting.
conspiracy.
Interesting.
It's just another way to get money.
Yeah, but they have the bones. You can go see the bones, and other anthropologists study the bones.
We found the bones. And get the guy with the white coat. We approximately say that I would say estimated 13,000 possibly. Sorry, that's 130,000 years ago. This thing roamed the earth. Oh wow, let's hike it up today and put it out in the real special ones. Time magazine and what's it called? What was the fucking monkey called?
Gigantopithecus.
And the Gigantopithecus just discovered. Read all about it and pay $10, you dumb motherfuckers.
But why is that any weirder than a gorilla?
A gorilla I can see, and we physically can see it. That's all.
But almost not. You know, they didn't even know mountain gorillas existed until the 20th century.
Because white people never went that way.
Yeah, exactly. When they first got photos of mountain gorillas, they were like, what in the fuck?
Yeah.
They're like, these are real?
1920s?
Yeah. Find out when they first discovered the mountain gorilla. I want to say it was the early 1900s. And, you know, that's an animal that we just take for granted is definitely being real. There's a lot of those, Jim. There's a lot of those there's a guy who's been dedicating his entire life to trying to find a giant sloth in the Amazon. This guy is convinced that the giant sloths in the Amazon still live. Mountain gorilla was first discovered by a German officer in 1902.
1902.
Captain Robert von Beringe. Prior to this time, only lowland gorillas were known to exist. The mountain gorilla subspecies is derived from the Captain Robert von Beringe's last name, Gorilla Berengi. What is that? Gorilla Berengi? That's his name? Robert von Berengi. Why do they have to have it twice? Gorilla Berengi?
What's around in 1902? Like, what's
Not
going
a lot.
on?
Not a lot. Photos are only 40 years old. Think of that. Before that, they were drawing shit. That's how crazy that is.
Like sticks.
Yeah.
And drawing and...
Well, I mean, painting. I mean, you know, Michelangelo and all that shit was before that. But that was how you got images back then. You had to paint them. I mean, we take photographs for granted so much. We don't realize that the photograph was invented in the 1800s. I mean, that's not that long ago.
All right. Now, why was this guy even... Think about this. 1800s. You don't really have great shoot. Why are you just going up in an area why there's... Because he's nowhere near from Africa. Where was the guy from?
Well, there was a lot of explorers back there in Africa because they had found it and they started to colonize certain aspects of Africa. Like they colonized South Africa, which is why they all have...
Which is a nice word for enslaving.
Yeah, The Dutch came to Africa. And they enslaved people, and they made these settlements, and they tried to make settlements in the Congo itself, but the jungle just swallowed everything. Always, they would spend all this money and have boats go down there, and they built these beautiful mansions in the Congo, but the Congo always ate it up. It's just too wild. They just couldn't tame the Congo. They thought they were going to go there and figure out how to tame that thing.
Teach them all about Noah's Ark and things like that in their ABCs. And
they just couldn't survive.
In 6 months.
You couldn't survive in the jungle itself. Like the jungle itself was just so fucking wild. There's no taming the Congo. Like you would have to have like a full-scale Western invasion to tame the Congo. We would have to clear cut and start chopping down giant swaths of the forest and putting up malls and blowing coal into the air and lighting everything on fire, and we still wouldn't win. It's just too much of it. It's too big. It's too big and too crazy.
Shows.
The Congo gets all the shows?
No, what's those shows where they throw you out there, try to survive?
Oh, Naked and Afraid? They don't go to the Congo.
They don't go to the Congo. It's the one place they haven't been yet.
You ain't gonna make it, bitch.
We don't have enough insurance to cover you in the Congo.
Naked and Afraid means eaten. You get eaten.
But can you imagine? It's 1902. Think of everything you've seen in your life at that moment.
Yeah.
Right. It's not a whole lot to see.
Right.
And you're going up the mountains, and surely there was a tribe guy or something that was like, give him that little term, like, don't go up there. He didn't know what he was saying. Finally go up there. Imagine first time encountering a gorilla.
Jesus.
You've never seen anything like that in your life. Is that a fucking human? What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I've seen maybe a hippo. Is that a hippo? Like, can you imagine just squaring off? And if that thing, you ever see like when a gorilla charges?
Jesus.
And that guy, I would have flipped out.
Yeah, imagine being in a time when there was no photographs and visiting the jungle in Africa and seeing all the wildlife. Seeing a lion.
See the fucking lion. And what are you in that's going to protect you from it? A lot of guys had been eaten.
Who is this, Jamie?
That's supposedly the picture. I was just reading a story about when they found it. This is like his encounter.
The first one they shot?
Yeah, they found him going up a volcano or something, it said. A group of them, and they were tracking him, and it took them hours to even find it. And a hyena ate half the body by the time they got some of it or something.
Whoa.
This is a picture.
A
So they
hyena
shot the
ate half
gorilla?
the body by the time they got to it?
Yeah, I'm not quite. They said they shot two. They killed two. They shot two. I'm not sure how they killed it. It didn't say, but they retrieved it by rope, and they found it